Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the news postcard on TayNinhTV with some last events now private as well as nationwide. And here are our stories today. Ladies and gentlemen, on October 24, the Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính had a Central Steering Committee on Housing Policy and the Real Estate Market chair a conference on breakthrough solutions for the social housing development. The conference was also held directly at the government headquarters and online with 17 provinces and cities with the great demand for social housing, including TayNinhTV. The conference was held directly at the government headquarters and online with 17 provinces and cities with the great demand for social housing, including TayNinhTV. Chairing the TayNinhTV Connecting Point, there was Vice Chairman of Principal People's Committee Nguyễn Minh Lâm. At the meeting, the Prime Minister emphasized the need to accelerate and make a breakthrough to complete the social housing development targets according to the government's resolution, building 1 million units in the 2021 to 2030 period, striving to complete over 100,000 units by 2005. And to date, the country has 696 projects with nearly 640,000 units, reaching more than 60% of the plan. The Prime Minister emphasized that it is a significant task with a large workload, requiring ministries and branches to remove obstacles in mechanisms and procedures and ensure that people have the fair and transparent access to the social housing through digitizing processes, avoiding negativity and policy distortions. The government will choose a new resolution to promote the rapid, sustainable and effective development, and the government will soon issue a new resolution with the spirit of saying it's doing, ensuring openness, transparency, rapid and sustainable development of the social housing sector. And facing with the fact that many social housing projects are slow to be implemented, the Principal People's Committee has directed relevant units to focus on removing difficulties, speeding up the implementation progress, ensuring the completion of the government's assigned targets, meeting the housing needs of the people, contributing to stabilizing the social security and sustainable urban development. According to the plan, by 2025, TayNinhTV must complete more than 3,700 social housing apartments, and in the 2025 to 2030 period, over 80,000 apartments. However, to date, the province has only achieved about 76% of the 2025 plan and 3.5% of the 2025 to 2030 plan, and therefore, the Principal People's Committee requests relevant units and investors to urgently remove obstacles in the procedures, the land site clearance, and at the same time shorten the time to handle administrative documents to speed up construction progress. The Department's construction is assigned to urge and work directly with each investor to unify the progress and ensure the completion of targets. The Principal People's Committee is also determined to reclaim for 20% of the land fund of commercial projects if investors are slow to implement or do not fulfill their commitments. And also on October 24, the Secretary of Principal Party Committee Nguyễn Văn Quyết, Chairman of Principal People's Committee Nguyễn Văn Úc, and the working group came to survey the Dầu Tiếng Lake to perhaps the actual situation, serving the work of orienting the development of ecotourism in the province in the future. The working group conducted a survey of locations and projects on the Nhím Island. The island has an area of over 1,000 hectares located in the middle of Dầu Tiếng Lake of Human Châu Commune. The working group also visited the active fruit tree planting and forest planting activities on the Nhím Island. According to the report of the Southern Irrigation Exploitation Company Limited, the semi-flooded land area around Nhím Island has an area of 400 hectares, which has been planted and approved by the province to investment in the forest planting and ecotourism development. Planting semi-submerged forests in Dầu Tiếng Lake contributes to protecting the dam, increasing the life of the projects and increasing the coverage, improving the environment, reducing erosion, preventing sedimentation and reducing the flood flows, increasing low flows, preventing the natural disaster, and developing sustainable forest resources, water resources, and adapting to climate change. And based on the achieved results, TayNinhTV continues to aim for the sustainable development and improve the road quality, and by 2030, the province aims to increase the contribution of the total factor productivity to at least 55% of economic growth.
Currently, TayNin is focusing on transforming the role model in depth, promoting the application of science and technology and innovation in key economic sectors. The province has identified key areas including high-tech agriculture, manufacturing and processing industry, logistics, and smart urban areas. Many business support programs are being implemented to innovate technology, optimize production processes, and governance models, contributing to improving the efficiency of labor, capital, and resource use. At the same time, the province focuses on training digital technology skills for the workforce, reorganizing production according to the value chain, and strengthening cooperation between businesses and institutes and schools. The application of technical advances to production practices is expected to create momentum towards rapid and sustainable economic growth.
And aiming for the 2025 Autumn Fair, TayNin is preparing to participate in the National Trade Promotion event with a very confident and proactive spirit. With 20 businesses, 38 booths, and hundreds of carefully selected typical products, the fair promises to bring its own color, broad image with a Southern identity and demonstrating the aspiration to reach far on the Vietnamese trade map. This year, TayNin participates in the Autumn Fair with 3 main display areas: exhibition area connecting trade, inspired by the Vam Ngo River, introducing the key agricultural products and industrial products also, handicraft, etc., and business booth areas, as well as handicrafts. The business booth areas with 20 participating units display OCB products and processed agricultural products, cosmetics, and consumer foods. Thu Mỹ Vi, or we can call them the Taste in the Autumn culinary area, where the visitors can enjoy the Trang Bang noodle soup, rice paper, shrimp salt, shrimp rolls, specialties with a strong obtaining flavor. The highlight of the Autumn Fair 2025 TayNin province will bring to the exhibition booth, connecting the trade with the typical image of TayNin, and we hope to create a space for businesses in TayNin to have more opportunities to connect trade in the domestic and also international markets. The spirit of integration is sold through the businesses. A typical example is Long An Redevelopment Company Limited, the owner of the Long An Natural Bird's Nest brand, carefully preparing the 3 key products to achieve the 3-star level of OCB certification: the Fairless Bird's Nest, the A5 Bird's Nest, and V5 Bird's Nest. The company also aims to spread the products and products of the company of TayNin province to consumers nationwide, aiming to connect the domestic business community and export markets also, and contributing to demonstrating the leading role of state-owned enterprises and directly under TayNin Provincial Party Committee. Along with the large enterprises, many handicraft establishments, the local specialty products are also eager to participate in the fair. In particular, Trà Sen Hồng, a handmade tea brand from An Ninh Land, brings the meticulousness, purity, and also attachment to the homeland. The 2025 Autumn Fair takes place from October 25th to November 4th at the Vietnam Exhibition Center of Đông Anh, Hanoi, gathering more than 3,000 booths of enterprises, corporates, craft villages, and specialty products from provinces and cities across the country. With careful preparation and the spirit of fair import, TayNin promises to bring a dynamic, friendly, and rich image, contributing to spreading the autumn colors of the South and enhancing the local brand. From January the 1st of 2026, the 2025 employment law officially takes effect, adding a number of specific regulations on the cases where employees will be terminated from unemployment benefits. This is an important new point that employees need to pay special attention to in order to avoid losing their legitimate rights. According to the Article number 41 of the 2025 employment law, employees will be terminated from benefits if they fall into the following cases: having a job and being subject to compulsory social insurance, performing military service, the People's Public Security or regular military, receiving the monthly pension, and after 2 times refusing jobs introduced by the agency without a valid reason, or not reporting the job search for the 3 consecutive months. In addition, the new law also adds the cases of termination judges settling abroad, studying for more than 12 months, being administratively sanctioned in the fields of unemployment insurance, and especially at the request of the employee himself. These new points aim to ensure the transparency, the fairness, and encourage employees to return to the labor market soon. And ladies and gentlemen, although Lâm Đồng province has completed the program for eliminating the temporary and dilapidated houses, the provincial police continue to support the people in the border communes to build the new, sturdy, and spacious houses and contributing to improving their lives and ensuring the security in border areas. This is one of the 10 houses supported by the program to eliminate temporary and dilapidated houses implemented by Lâm Đồng Provincial Police in Quảng Trạch Commune. The project is completing the final stages to hand over to the people. In general, in the past, my family was very poor and the house was torn and the few wooden planks were dilapidated. But now there are some local people and the Quảng Trạch Commune Police too who have also supported the budgets to build a new house and have a stable house. Life is also stable and the economy is a bit more stable. In addition to 10 projects that are about to be completed, previously in the Quảng Trạch border area, Lâm Đồng Provincial Police supported the construction of 66 houses for the poor and disadvantaged households. The police force not only supported funding but also supervised help with the working days and human resources to speed up the progress, helping the people soon have new houses, stabilize their lives, develop the production, and contribute to ensuring security in the border area. The party and the state pay attention to the border areas, especially the ethnic minority households with difficult lives, and so that everyone can have a house to stabilize their lives. In the second phase of the temporary house removal program, Lâm Đồng Provincial Police supported 449 households with a total cost of 4.85 billion Vietnam dong. Previously, the first phase handed over for 542 houses for the poor households across the province, demonstrating the sense of responsibility and sharing of the people police force with disadvantaged people. And with more than 120,000 international visitors in the first 10 months of 2025, TayNinhTV is becoming a bright spot of tourism in the Southeast region.
To maintain the momentum, the province has implemented many solutions to strongly attract international tourists in the coming year. The provincial tourism industry has promoted inter-regional promotion links, applied digital technology, built a tourism database, and coordinated with the Department of Foreign Affairs to advise the Provincial Peace Committee to organize promotional activities abroad, promoting the role of TayNinhTV in the Global City Tourism Promotion Organization (TPO). Along with it, the Department of Construction reviewed the planning of Bà Motion National Tourist Area, while departments, ranges, localities, and media agencies have increased promotion of TayNinhTV image at international forums and provincial-level tourism events. The Provincial Tourism Association and Business developed new products, focusing on green tourism and unique cuisine, aiming to build a friendly and attractive destination for international tourists, contributing to affirming the position of TayNinhTV tourism on the regional map.
Recently in Mỹ Lệ Community in province, the handover ceremony of the plots of land in TayNinhTV resettlement area project phase number 1 took place for the households that have been approved according to the resettlement policy. The project was implemented to arrange new accommodation for households affected by the projects of Thiên Lộc Thành Industrial Cluster, Savi TayNinhTV and resettlement area. Phase number 1 handover to 179 plots of land with a completed technical infrastructure according to the planning. More than 50% of the area is served for the traffic, trees, and educational land funds, serving the people's lives. At the ceremony, the party secretary and chairman of People's Council of the Commune, Đào Hữu Tấn, emphasized the legality and functional branches continue to support the people in completing construction procedures, connecting essential infrastructure, ensuring security and order in the area. At the same time, the investor urgently completed the dossier to issue land use right certificates to resettle households.
On October 22nd and 23rd, the Provincial Military Command coordinated with VRR Major Tourist Stock Company to organize the program I Love My Country, visiting, exchanging and giving gifts to units and schools in the border. Within the framework of the program, the delegation visited an Alpha incident at Longkot Temple, Tungbin Camille, commemorating the heroic martyrs who heroically sacrificed for the cause of protecting the fatherland. The delegation visited and gave gifts to officers and soldiers of border units and schools in the border area with a total cost of about 130 million Vietnam dong. Each gift is a gratitude, sharing, showing the affection and responsibility of the real to the force that is guarding peace day and night at the border. At the same time, adding motivation to study and practice for students in difficult areas. The program I Love My Country not only expresses love for the homeland and country, but also contributes to strengthening the solidarity between the army and the people, cultivating a solid people's heart position at the border of fatherland.
And in Quảng Ngãi province, prolonged heavy rains have flooded many vegetable fields, forcing the farmers in An Phu commune to harvest early to limit the damage. In recent days, prolonged heavy rain have flooded and damaged many vegetable fields in Quảng Ngãi. Taking advantage of the temporary break in the weather, the farmers rushes to the field to harvest early to limit the damage. Although the vegetables have not yet reached their maturity and prices have decreased, the people are still trying to salvage the effort and cost they have spent. I have just planted them and they have not reached the end of the month yet, but I still rush to cut them young. Otherwise, if it rains, they will be damaged and I won't be able to harvest anything. Hearing the radio report that there will be heavy rains in the coming days, and Missy Đỗ Thị Bé quickly mobilized from 7 to 8 workers to harvest about 1,000 square meters of her family's green mustard. The harvesting process took place very urgently, and the tons of cabbage is purchased heavily by traders in the area, so Missy Bear has somewhat relieved that her worries about crop failure. If I don't cut it, I'm afraid it will be flooded and damaged and ruined, and the buyers come to buy it heavily, so I cut it heavily. I don't buy whatever the people have. If they are cabbages, I buy cabbages, and if they are lettuce, I will buy lettuce, and try to buy everything for the people, especially the farmers. An Phu commune is one of the largest vegetable growing areas in Quảng Ngãi province with an area of over 300 hectares, according to the forecast of the Quảng Ngãi Provincial Hydrometeorological Station. Due to the influence of the cold air combined with the east wind disturbances from early morning October 24 to the 27th, communes and wards in the Delta region will experience a heavy rain, possibly reaching from 150 to 300 millimeters, and in some places over 500 millimeters, with a high risk of flooding. And that's all for today, TV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.